Welcome back to the Celtics Nation Rise recap. I'm Griffin Aldrich. Alongside me, we got my two great co-hosts, Carl McDonald and Daniel Miguel, and your Boston Celtics have defeated the Philadelphia 76ers with a final score of 114-98 tonight. Man, I tell you what, any Celtics win is a great one, but when you beat the Philadelphia 76ers, it's just a little bit better. Um, you know, I gotta say the infamous Embiid quote, it's not a rivalry whenever they kick our butt. So I gotta say. But you guys know the drill. Initial thoughts. We'll start off with you, Carl, and go to Daniel. And I'm sure you guys are going to be talking a lot about one guy in your initial thoughts. So let's just roll it. What do you guys got for us tonight?
No, absolutely. Weirdly enough, this is the second, major feud, major rival that we've had to do battle with, and we came away with not just a win, but a very convincing and wonderful win after what was a very entertaining game that obviously feels different from other games because you're going up against a rival that you've been doing battle with for decades. Obviously, in this case of the Celtics, it's just been within this decade to see the Boston Celtics start off the season in the way that they did, losing to the Sixers, and not by that much either, but us saying this is going to be a long season, stressing out, and just not knowing what our future was going to be like, and seeing almost a turnaround, seeing that we were able to figure things out, and seeing Jaylen Brown, his post interview, saying we're not the same team we were when we started the season. 100% absolutely right. And again, it just feels wonderful and great to still be a Boston Celtics fan because we stuck it out. We knew going into this season it was going to be completely different. It was going to be difficult, challenging. And yet the Celtics still found a way and we were still, with them along that way. Not only were they proving that, hey, we're going to figure this out, but in turn making some, great plays and now some worthy stars. And again, as you mentioned, Kate, as you mentioned, Griffin, somebody that we have to mention just because he's going to be mentioned by myself, he's going to be mentioned by Daniel, and he's going to be mentioned by you at some point in this video. But Neemias Queta, starting in this season, prior to this, only started 6 games and now finds himself as, in my opinion, the guy we should be always our starting center, and not because of this game alone. He's just been showing hints of the greatness that he's already showing. And again, I've been saying this, and I will continue to say this until he gets the recognition he deserves. Very underrated, the most underrated center in the league today, and I just don't know what else to say. Queta played fantastic. And the Celtics winning here tonight just goes to show they really worked their tail off and proved to themselves and proved to the world that they are not the same team they were when they started this season. And it gets you even more hyped for Boston Celtics basketball.
You said it all right there, Carl. Really good. I love that. That made me even more hyped to be a Celtics fan. Um, but yeah, amazing win tonight. Um, I think something other than that spectacular performance from Cato was just the physicality tonight was on a different level. Like I think it was like I mentioned the physicality on the game against the Lakers. It was like 10 times more physical today, and like you saw like there was chirping going on between both teams, and like for me personally, like especially in the fourth quarter, the screens we were setting were doing so well for us offensively. Like the screens particularly, I just loved seeing Kata in that action. Like there was one that dropped. He dropped VJ with the screen, VJ Edgecombe, with one of his screens, and then ended up in a scuffle between him and Kelly Oubre. But I just love the physicality in that specific moment, where we're setting a screen for Jalen Brown, I'm pretty sure it was, and we're just confident enough to drop someone like VJ Edgecombe. And I think there were more screens like that throughout the entire game. But I think something else that just like stuck to me, I heard it in the post game conversations. Nemias had 10 offensive rebounds tonight out of his 17. 10 of them were offensive rebounds. That leads to so many second chance points, and I think that is the yeah, Nemias kid in general is the backbone of why we won tonight. But I think there's just so much more he did other than score that just impacted to an overall good performance from him and the team as well. So amazing win tonight. I think we did well in all aspects, as we're going to probably be talking about getting more into the specifics. But I think in the general, like broad sense of the game, we played amazing tonight.
No, well said, you guys. I think this is one of our signature wins on the season. I mean, thumbs up. If you guys know, you guys know. If you guys know, you guys know. Got all thumbs up. Bonfire Baylor, baby. Let's go. Got to give it up for Bonfire Baylor. If you guys know. If you guys don't know, he hit a buzzer beater 3. Gave the thumbs up after with a fractured thumb. So got to give it up to Baylor. Fun game tonight. Really fun game. I didn't even realize, I'm looking at the stats right now, and Derek White had such a quiet 21. Sorry, I know I'm going to bring it up later, but just shocking.
Yeah, 12, not 21.
No, he had 21 points tonight.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong game. Sorry. I was going back to see. I'm going to bring it up later on.
Yeah, because you said Kelly Oubre in there at one point too, and I was like, Kelly Oubre.
Yeah, Kelly Oubre did play tonight against.
He did?
Yeah.
He did.
Oh, what? Hold on. How come I do not see that? That's so weird. Oh, he must just be brand new, like on the team then. Did they just pick him up or something?
No, he's been there for like the past 3 years now or something. 3, 4
Yeah, like
seasons.
a few seasons.
Yeah.
Jeez, he's not even on Real. That's so
He is.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez. All right, this is
right here.
This is a oh, Kelly Oubre. I was thinking of Kelly Olynyk. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys.
Griffin, man.
I was thinking of Kelly Olynyk. And
That's just an extra clip right there waiting to happen. Someone clip. We need to clip that.
I was thinking of Kelly Olynyk. I'm like looking through and I'm like, what? I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Kelly Olynyk is, I think he's on the Spurs.
Olynyk is showing as well. Yeah, he is on the Spurs.
All right.
Yeah.
Like the McCollum and McConnell thing, Griffin. It's all good.
We're having a good night, you guys. We're having a good night. Yes. But yes. I'm going to slide it over. That was a little embarrassing. I'm going to slide it over, though, to Carl for the CNR differentials right here. If you wanted to break it down for us, Carl.
Thank you very much, Griffin. As we see here, again, for the most part, sea of green. We all love to see that. Of course, in the first quarter, we did struggle. You see the red there. And it also shows in the scoring. Didn't struggle too much towards the end, but of course, in the beginning, we weren't really finding our rhythm. The Sixers beat us in the first quarter, 28-26. But we do find our rhythm and go back to beat them in the second quarter. Going to beat them 36-22, which, of course, where Baylor Shireman goes on to hit that crazy and massive 3, one of the, in my opinion, 2 most important 3s in the game, and both of them from him, not just this, but also icing the game in the fourth quarter. The third quarter, you also have the Sixers beating us out, but not by a whole lot, just like in the first quarter, just by a few points there. And then you get into the fourth quarter, or the third quarter I was referring to. You now get to the fourth quarter where now you have the Sixers are not doing much against the Celtics, with the Celtics, us beating them by 10 points. Again, you get the sea of green there, and you get 7 lead changes. And the Boston Celtics pretty much dominated for the majority of this game. And the Sixers really couldn't find an answer against us, resulting in their loss and, of course, our win.
Well said right there. Well said. And I'll slide it over here as you guys see for the Boston Celtics tonight. Destroyed the 76ers in rebounds tonight. 59 rebounds for the Boston Celtics. And obviously we'll talk about it later, but 17 of those coming from Nemias Queta. Opposed to 37 from the 76ers. You see them it's just green. The only thing the 76ers really beat the Celtics on tonight was turnovers, 6 opposed to 13. And then field goal percentage 44 for the Boston Celtics opposed to 39.8 for the 76ers. But Daniel, I'm going to slide it over to you. If you wanted to give us the Philadelphia 76ers points tonight.
Yeah. So honestly, there was a span in the fourth quarter where they were coming up close with VJ and Maxi going off. I'm pretty sure it was cut down to 6, the lead. I'm pretty sure. During one of those reviews on the timeout, but after that we came back and ended up the game on top. But really good game from them, I must say, from at least VJ and Maxi. But in terms of the other players, not really, and no one else really having that much of an impact. Kelly Oubre, I'll just go with the starters, I guess, because off the bench they really had no one. 34 minutes, 4 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 20% from the field. Other than that shove to Keita, you didn't really see him out there at all. Only showed up to, I guess, hate on Keita and get that tech. I'm pretty sure, yeah, get that tech called on him. But Dominic Barlow, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals in 28 minutes, 57% from the field. Andre Drummond, who I'm surprised is still out there, in 32 minutes, had a really good game, in my opinion. 10 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals as well. And then you get to the 2 most important players on this team, especially with Embiid out. VJ in 40 minutes, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals and a block, 38% from the field. And then Maxi, 43 minutes, 33 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks on 35% shooting. I think something that stands out from these stats is our defense, especially with how VJ and Maxi shot. They still both got almost 30 points, but the shooting percentages were bad in my opinion. Below 40%, and I think that's credit to the Celtics defense tonight, which was phenomenal in my opinion, especially in that fourth quarter.
No, well said, Daniel. And for the Celtics, I have to say a lot of DMPs tonight, but not necessarily because a lot of these guys aren't even on like they're 2A players, So we're gonna get some breaking news in the next couple of days as Delano Bant and John Tonji play the last days of their 10-day contracts. I'm sure we're gonna make some transactions as well. But DMP from Ron Harper Jr., DMP for Amari Williams, Max Shulga, DMP. Tonji was on the bench. DNP from Luka Garza hasn't been playing a lot of minutes. I think this is a thing that we'll definitely talk about on this coming week's podcast. But for the Celtics tonight, Hugo Gonzalez played 13 minutes, had 2 points, 4 rebounds, and shot 50%. And it's weird seeing him in the negatives for the plus minus. Tonight was a -5. Played early in the game, didn't really play anymore in that second half. However, for the Celtics as well, Jordan Walsh had a very productive night tonight. Played 14 minutes, had 6 points, 1 rebound, and shot 33.3%. Then we had Pritchard, who, again, got to raise an eyebrow on. Is the bench not working for Pritchard? Because you look at it tonight, 0 points, no points from Pritchard, big goose egg on the stat sheet, but 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal. Again, 0 for 4, so didn't shoot a ton of shots. I'm sure he would have knocked one down if he kept going, but a rough night from Pritchard. And no Ron Harper tonight. No Ron, but that contract must be coming soon, you guys. Let's keep our eyes peeled for that one. Or how do you do it, though? I can't do it. Can you guys do it? You guys try to
Nah.
do it. I can't. You guys aren't even gonna try. Let's give it a little try. Wait,
that's going on the reels too.
Someone clip this as well. We're gonna have 2 clips. We're gonna have 2 clips on the CNR Extras account.
3. We're gonna have 3 tonight, you guys. It's a rare night. If you guys didn't know, go check out CNR Extras on our Instagram. We love that fun. We love that fun. But next up for the Celtics tonight, Sam Hauser played 29 minutes, had 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, shot 27.3 tonight. Not a great shooting night from Hauser, but not a bad night. Then you have Nikola Vucevic tonight, who won CNR MVP against the Brooklyn Nets, and had a double-double tonight. Played 21 minutes, had 11 points, 12 rebounds, and a block. Does get into a little bit of foul trouble. That's why he actually... that's why he went out of the game tonight in that second quarter, I believe. Had 2 quick fouls and they substituted him, but he's still incredible for this team. And then next, Derek White tonight, who had a quiet 21 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and shot 37.5. Still a great night from Derek White. Love to see him do it. We can mention him in CNR MVP voting. Why not? I feel like there's going to be a lot of mentions, but there's only one answer. Next up for the Celtics is Bonfire Baylor, who I have to say, tonight had a fantastic night. Had, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, a block, and shot 41.7. Wait, thumbs up. Why am I going pinkies up? Oh my gosh, you guys, tonight is not my night. Thumbs up for Baylor Shireman. If you guys know, you guys know. Bonfire Baylor, gotta love it. I know if Andrew was here, it's getting hot in here. Gotta love it. But it really comes down to these 2 players for the Boston Celtics tonight. Jaylen Brown tonight, 27 points. 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and shot 52.9% from the field goal. Phenomenal night for Jaylen Brown when they needed a bucket. They went to him, and they also went to another player for the Boston Celtics tonight, Neemias Queta. 27 points, 17 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, 3 blocks, and shot 71.4% from the field goal. Phenomenal night from Neemias Queta, but we are getting to that point where I gotta tell you guys, I think it's gonna be I really think we're gonna knock it out of the park with this one. But if you guys have any other answers for CNR MVP, let us know. But we'll start off with you, Carl. Who are you going for CNR MVP tonight?
I could easily drag this just to be funny, but my answer is clear. Neemias Queta again ends the game with a double-double, career high 27 points, 17 rebounds, 3 blocks, and essentially also makes himself a Celtics legend even more, as this now makes him, I believe, the last Celtics since Robert Parrish to put up a 25-point double-double and 10 of those offensive rebounds that Daniel had actually mentioned. So there's that, on the statistical records there. And as Daniel, pointed out, he was very aggressive in this game. We've, of course, seen the aggression throughout all of these games, but it was really and truthfully apparent in this game that, again, everybody should be highlighting this. This is a guy, again, you look to when you lose all of your front court depth, when you lose a Kristaps Porzingis, Luke Cornett, and an Al Horford, and turn him into a force, turn him into a guy who could truthfully help us out in the future to win another championship. Neemias Queta is my vote for CNR MVP because of the toughness, the tenacity, and just in general, the development that he has shown throughout this season and that really showing out in this game.
Daniel.
Physical night from Queta. I think if Queta didn't have the performance he had, I think maybe Baylor Sharman could have gotten a shout, in my opinion. Those 2 3s he hit were big for us. The one to end the second half, and then the one to kind of like seal the game late in the game. Both of those assisted by Jaylen Brown, by the way, in case you didn't know. So I think that this game, I think you saw a little more. I guess I just say all this in the end the statement. Let's go Queta. Let's go Queta tonight. I mentioned earlier the last time he won CNR MVP actually that we have that connection because we're both Portuguese. So I've been a fan of him since he entered the league. Even before he was playing with the main Celtics. And I've said that he needs a chance to prove himself. After constantly being like our second string center, third string center, G League center, him finally getting the breakout season last year, and then getting the starting position this year, I think has been fundamental for him. It's and for me as a fan as well, because I'm loving every second of it. Um, I'm just glad it's Vucevic ending up as our bench center instead of Keita. They can both transition in that role, as you saw in the win against the Nets. You have you have one guy, Vucevic, going off one game and then Keita going off the next. So I'm glad we have that versatility and that ability to play both our centers as we want to play them. You mentioned it before, Griffin. I don't know what's going to happen to Garza now
Yeah.
with both of these guys uh, in their roles, but I'm glad we we have figured out our center issues that we've had over the past few seasons, at least temporarily. With both Vucevic and Keita giving us really good minutes these past two games.
No, well said, you guys. And I gotta say, all right, I'm going to Mias Keita as well. Your CNR MVP for the third time this season, Mias Keita. I mean, it's the obvious answer. I mean, he was phenomenal tonight, and just to see him even a couple years ago in Maine playing for the Maine Celtics, it just shows what a gem that the Maine Celtics do, developing these players and making them become such great talent for the Boston Celtics. And who knows, Amari Williams could be next. Ron Harper Jr. could be next. Like, there's a lot of names out there that can be next. And I got to say, after this one, Nemias Queta has safely put himself in fourth place for CNR MVP leaderboard with 3 on the season. Daniel, can we get 3 CNR MVPs or congratulations to Mias Queta in Portuguese, or just surprise us and let us know what you said after, because I don't speak Portuguese, but you do, and we gotta get something for Queta tonight. We gotta get something for Queta. Oh, is he frozen?
Wait, sorry, what did you say?
Oh, we gotta get
I
something.
was frozen for a second. I don't know what's something up with the Wi-Fi.
Oh, you're good. You're good, Daniel. We gotta get something for Nemias Queta. You gotta say something in Portuguese for him.
All right. Muito bom jogo. Gostei da apresentação. Gostei do que fizeste. E só teu fã.
All right, what'd you say in English? Because I can't speak Portuguese. What'd you say for him?
Yeah, of course. I just said I like the game you had. I like the progress you've made with the Celtics, and I'm a big fan.
Clap it up. Third CNR MVP for Nemias Queta tonight. It's
By the
been
way,
fun.
he was getting MVP chants during the game as
He
well,
was at the edge. At the
which
edge.
is really nice. I love seeing that.
What a fun night. What a fun night. Carl, do you have anything you want to add on to this? Because just a great, I feel like we could talk all night about how great Nemias Queta's performance was tonight. Do you have anything you want to add on to it, Carl?
Yes, and funny enough, and yes, it does still pertain to Keita. Of course, going into this game, for weeks it was speculated that Jason Tatum was set to return, or there's just speculation around there. And, it would have been great to have Tatum come back, but at the same time, I'm almost glad he didn't come back tonight just because he overshadows, the performance of all these individuals. Who's to say Keita doesn't have this performance tonight? Who's to say that this performance isn't delayed or doesn't even happen at all? It's still great that Jason Tatum is recovering and all of the sort. And again, we as Celtics fans would have loved to see him back, close to his birthday, going up against a rival that he has owned for pretty much since the beginning of his career. But it's even greater to see, Keita being able to show out in the best way possible with, again, all the attributes that we have been all talking about here tonight. Along with that, too, Vucevic, we all love him and we all think that he's a great productive part of this team, too. A lot of individuals thought as we, picked him up during the deadline that he was going to be our main center. And as much as I would not mind that happening, I'm kind of glad that hasn't happened, only because it has allowed for Keita to truthfully get comfortable as our long-term center for however long that's going to be. I would hope that's for very, very long, because he's young. He's showing, all the physical attributes that he has. He's a great rebounder and an underrated scorer as well, and could develop even more from there. I was almost convinced that he was going to end this game with 30. Maybe they kick it out to him. Maybe he hits his first three I've ever seen him hit, on the main roster. So definitely allowing for Vucevic to just come off the bench and be productive that way helps out both players and especially the team altogether. And JT is going to come back soon, but it's a good thing that he was able to sit this one out, rest even more, and further his healing and rehab, and allow for this team to get even more of a chance to show off all these players, especially one Neemias Queta.
You got me fired up. I got to say, you're right. Tatum was supposed to come. It was speculated that Tatum could potentially be coming back this game. But got me fired up. And you're right, Carl. You're right on that. Do you have any final thoughts, Daniel, before we close it out?
Yeah. Just to kind of piggyback off of what Carl said, I think something that Amari Williams and Keita are always going to have over whether it is Al Horford, Porzingis, Vucevic, I think it's how young they are and how malleable they are a little bit, and also how much their potential and how much they could still learn in order to develop and become really good centers. You see it happen with Keita. This is proof that development works. The Celtics development system works. Because if you look at Keita 3-4 years ago, you don't bat an eye on him. Like you barely mention him. You barely know him as a player on the Celtics team. For him to get to where he is now, it's just proof that the Celtics development system has been doing some amazing things in terms of players and the transition from the G League to the Celtics, to the main Celtics roster. So all I can hope is for a similar thing, or for Amari Williams to have a similar path and a similar transition into the team. Obviously, it's going to take a little bit more time, but when it does happen, we'll all be there, and we'll be there cheering him on, and we can pull this video back up and show everyone that we have proof that Amari Williams is going to come up as a Celtics future center, hopefully. I'll do that at the end just in case.
Right.
But I was gonna say something else, but I completely forgot.
Sorry, I cut you off. Jeez.
No, it's all good. Go on.
I'm tired. What can I say? Tired night.
Yeah, go on, Griffin. It's slipped my mind. I lost it.
Geez, sorry about that, you guys. But
it's all good.
I gotta say, no, you're so right on that. You're so right.
Oh, there we go. Got it. He would have had 30 tonight, but whenever he was at the free throw line, the announcers would just keep jinxing him, breaking his career high, which would cause him to miss those free throws. I was noticing that every time they mentioned a career high or a season high, he'd end up missing the next free throw. It was pissing me off. I was like, yo, guys, shut up. Let him hit his free throws. I swear they would jinx him because he missed 3 free throws. That he could have had 30 if he made those 3.
Dude.
You're right on that one. You're right on that one. And I gotta say though, you hit it on the head with that Amari Williams thing. And the only other thing I gotta say for my final thought is, BJ Edgecombe hitting that girl, kicking that girl in the head. Geez, that must have hurt. But other than that, great night, you guys. Great night. Anyone else want to add in anything else before we close out? Because it's just a phenomenal night.
Yeah, if I'm the girl that got kicked in the head, I'm suing. First of all, I'm falling on the floor. I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, but you could see that there was like she was red in the face or something like that. I'm falling to the floor. I'm calling, have an ambulance come over, take me to the hospital or whatever. I'm suing. I'm messing with you, man. It's a joke. It's kind of a joke, but was she a Celtics fan? I don't know if we ever got to answer that question, but I don't know if
on the mic. They should have on the mic.
Yeah. But there could have been an easy case in court, if she ended up suing. And that's all I'm saying.
Oh, Carl, you got anything to close us out?
She was a good sport about that. That's so funny. I kind of wish I had an experience like that just to say I was up close.
I got kicked in the head by LeBron, Carl. Carl, once I got kicked in the head by LeBron.
Now you're making the dream even more.
Carl would never wash his face ever again. If that
Never
happens
go to
to
the
me, I'm never
hospital.
washing
Don't
my face
bandage
again.
me up.
LeBron, I want your shoes after the game, though. I gotta say, you kicked me in the face with those shoes. I gotta give you those shoes after the game. Our Celtics won tonight, though. That's what we got ended off with. Funny night. But Celtics win with a final score of 114-98. And everyone go check out the Cage Express. Go check out Carl's video as it's electric. Go over to the TikTok and watch it too, because YouTube, it cuts off like the last minute. So and go drop him a follow while you guys are at it. Go drop him a follow on TikTok. But with that being said, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications to be notified every time we upload. Celtics beat the 76ers, and that is it for us tonight. However, you could join us again tomorrow night as we face off the Milwaukee Bucks on the back-to-back. Thank you guys for watching. We will see you guys for the next one. Peace, you guys.
Later.